All right, guys, welcome back. We're here to break down the divisional round, what we saw, because, we kind of had different opinions for the most part. The Buccaneers got upset. Well, not really upset. They actually had a great game. The Lions got it done. It's basically the Lions and the 49ers, who we all knew they were kind of, even though they almost struggled against the Packers till the very end. And then you got the Chiefs, the reigning Super Bowl MVPs, upsetting, the Bills at home. They got it done. Tyler Bass, unfortunate, they signed that contract in the offseason, but hey, you don't want to let it come down to a kicker either way. The Chiefs versus number 1 seed Ravens. All 4 of these final teams have worked hard all season. They're very explosive, great quarterbacks. Mr. Irrelevant and Brock Purdy. Let's just jump right into it. The first game on slate is actually the AFC. So, what are your key factors? What are you looking forward to? Who's going to win?
Man, this is a great matchup. It's in Baltimore, which makes it a lot more interesting. You got the Chiefs, on their first playoff run on the road, really. They're playing hot right now. They're playing their best football, which is what you need, and so are the Ravens. The Ravens' defense is very, very good, very talented. They have playmakers. They take the ball away, and they're very efficient on offense, and their play calling as well too. So it's a great team. And then you got Kansas City, whose defense is the best it's been in years, And then you got that offense led by Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, who's finally
Rashee Rice
playing good. Yeah, Rashee Rice, a stud. He looks a little banged up though. He's been taking a lot of catches, he's been taking a lot of hits, and these past 2 games I've noticed, he has been getting up a little slow. Doesn't mean that he won't ball out or won't play, but that guy, he's a warrior for sure. But I gotta go with the Ravens. I gotta go with my original pick, even though Patrick Mahomes is that guy, and I believe in him, and I think he's the best quarterback in the NFL. I love watching him play. But I just think this Ravens defense is gonna make the difference in this game, and I think that is ultimately is what is gonna win them the game.
Definitely. The defense got them there, number 1 this year. A lot of people are kind of counting them out, but it's still the same Ravens defense. That's their bread and butter. Yeah. Play good defense, run the ball. This time it's just you can run it with any running back in that backfield. Lamar Jackson, MVP candidate, if not the MVP.
He is the MVP, and that says a lot about that team.
So I'm gonna have to ride with the wife and the Montez family and take the Chiefs because in our bracket, that's the only thing I really have going on. I think the Chiefs, and I have a bet with Ryan. I bet him $100 that the Chiefs represent the AFC. God, like week 6. So, the Chiefs have been here before, and the Ravens, they're coached another Harbaugh, and Lamar Jackson. They've been in the playoffs. Great team. Looks like Mark Andrews coming back too, but
it's big. That's big. He is that offense.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting, because they fight so hard all season and. Sometimes just experience outweighs inexperience, but also, it just depends. I don't know what kind of Ravens is going to come out of the gate. Is it going to be that team that came out in the first half against the Texans, or that team that blew them out in the second half?
Right.
So it just really depends. But I'm going to go contradicted. I'm going to contradict you and take the Chiefs to represent the AFC. I guess Chiefs Kingdom represent again, but we'll see. Patrick Mahomes is that dude.
Yeah,
it's as simple as that. He's been to 6 conference championships in the 6 years he's been in the league. Ain't no fluke.
Yep.
All right, let's get to the NFC title games later. The Lions, they had hosted the back-to-back games ever in their franchise history. They've been assembling these pieces for the last few years, and look what they're at now. They're at the shot to win the NFC, represent the Super Bowl for the first time in franchise history, and just kind of maybe win it all in the first time in franchise history. But they face the juggernaut of the 49ers, who've just been there year in and year out, and maybe no Debo, we don't know. But regardless, this team's going to come to hit. So who do you got?
Yeah, and, Jared Goff, you could say he plays his best football at home, indoors. And this 49ers team, they play very well at home. They've been healthy. Christian McCaffrey is, he got a 2-touchdown game. They barely sneaked it out against Green Bay last week, to be honest. But they're the number 1 seed for a reason. They play defense extremely well. They play offense extremely well, well coached, and they're the 1 seed for a reason. And that being said, this game, I got to take Detroit.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were going the other way.
I have San Francisco in my bracket. I do, but I feel something from this Detroit team.
They're so fast.
They give me like, I don't even know what it is. Like, it's just this team that has this like momentum, and they have this swagger to them. and they're young, and they got a coach who wants to lead them to victory. And I don't know, man. I have a feeling about these, and they got this whole town behind them. This feels like almost like New Orleans-esque, that 09 year.
It really does. That's a great comparison.
So I don't know. I just feel like we'll get into the Super Bowl week, but I just feel like Detroit, you know, they're playing good football at the right time. They're playing hot, and then also, you know, San Francisco. Like I said, they barely squeaked it out against Green Bay last week, so we'll see what their game plan will be this week.
It depends what Brock Purdy we see, you know, because it's the dink and dunk. You know, Debo was out, we saw him struggle, and luckily McCaffrey kind of stepped up, and that's just what McCaffrey does. The other MVP candidate, you know, I know they don't give it to running backs anymore, but 49ers, like you just hit it on the head. So many weapons have been the juggernaut, you know, year in and year out. You know, the thing they were lacking was quarterback play, and you know, last year they got hurt, no quarterback, excuse me, and then you got the Lions, who, like we said, been building up for this since, you know, the Matt Stafford trade. You know, they had some ties. They started like 0-10, and then they start turning it around. They almost fought for the division last year. Ended Green Bay's Aaron Rodgers stint. Now this year, you know, the one seed in their division, and you know, they drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, and I've watched a lot of Lions games. They got the run game with Montgomery. They upgraded. Wide receivers are looking great. Defense, you know, they got Hutch. So I'm going to have to just keep it with my roots. I kept it with the Montez family. I'm going to keep it with Grandpa Joe. I'm going to stick with the 49ers. You know, he's been seeing them be great for all these years. Let's just keep the train rolling. Go 49ers. It's going to be 49ers and Chiefs rematch from a couple years back ago. So let's go. I got the 49ers.
All right, that's interesting. We got two opposites.
It's going to be fun.
Everything's opposite.
So now that we wrap that up, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves and pick Super Bowl champions because we have to actually see who's there. But champion I do want to talk about selfishly is myself, the Fox River 2023 champion.
I beat him to it.
2023 champion. And then I also upset Slater, my brother, and Fried Chicken Way, winning my back-to-back titles.
He was waiting for it. I had to spoil it.
I know. So here's the championship ring.
He's gonna wipe it off first.
Look at this beaut. It's a little hard to see, but you can scope Instagram and see it.
$30 on Etsy, everybody.
$30 on Etsy, used, worn and torn.
Used.
So, anyways, it's been a great season for fantasy. You know, we kind of talked about it briefly. Shout out CD Lamb and Dallas because I don't watch.
Congratulations, big.
Thank you. I don't watch all their games. You know, I was laughing stock after draft night. Said I drafted a bad team, projected 12th, and look at me now, 2-time champ. Congrats, Nick. You fought really hard. Congrats to you too on a great season. Looking forward to next season. I'm looking forward to everything kind of going forward. You know, basketball's heating up. The Lakers are looking a little better. I mean, we'll see. D'Lo might be on the trading block. Suns, I think, are actually, if we left it at halftime, they were actually losing to the Mavs. This big three we'll try to figure out. But anyway, Slater, is there anything you want to shout out, mention before we move on to championship weekend?
No, I'm good.
No? All right.
I'm all good.
I just want to shout out Fox River. Thanks for sticking true. Next year we're doing year 10. Can't believe it's been year 10. We're probably doing a destination, maybe Baja Mar. Let's go hit some golf balls and go to the golf course. Go cause some mayhem. Let's see if we can sneak Nick across the border and Shane. So anyways, other than that, I got the 49ers and Chiefs. You got the Ravens and Lions. Either way, it's going to be fun. But until then, we out. And both up.